Hello friends, Adam here with FED. So recently with the new DLC Wave 3, we have received a huge change to the game that honestly should shake up your tier list and really shakes up the viability or how good certain characters are. And that is the Ancient Well. The Ancient Well allows you to deposit certain items or whatever items you want so that you have weapons, stab boosters, vulneraries, whatever you have, and then spits out different items in return. And the things that it spits out are insanely good. Insanely good. So it does cost quite a bit of money as far as items go to make full use of it, because you need 20,000 gold worth of items to get it to 5 stars, which gives you the most rewards, the best rewards. Which is like the equivalent of essentially like four silver weapons, which is pretty expensive, especially early in the game. But even for just like 3 stars, you can get some really good stuff. And the biggest thing that the game gives you with these are the skill books, the novice, adept, and expert skill books, or SP books, that give you 1000 SP, 500 SP, or 100 SP. And that is as good as it sounds. They're usually end game items, things that the game spits at you after you kill the final boss, as kind of like a post game reward. And then they're also a DLC reward, but now you can get them throughout the game really easily by using the Ancient Well. This makes certain characters way better. It makes certain characters way better than they were before. In particular, it really buffs early game characters that just don't have a lot of SP and have a hard time gaining it when there aren't as many emblem rings to go around. Because if you need a ring equipped to get SP, in particular, an emblem ring gives you the most. Bond rings give you half the amount that an emblem ring would. So the Ancient Well allows you to get a bunch of SP and takes a unit, say, I don't know, an early game unit like Fram, and makes it so she can get all the SP she could possibly need for any skill that she would possibly need. And it's not even at that great of a cost, because it's not that hard to get a ton of SP books. So the idea here is that you look at a unit like Fram, who's one of my favorite in the game, and she has just miserable attack output to start, right? She doesn't deal damage like you would like her to, but she only needs like 1 or 2 skills to really pop off, right? One of those being like Lunar Brace. Lunar Brace is incredibly good on Chi Adept units with like a flashing fist dart. So if you get them to deal 4 attacks in 1 round of combat, and they have a lunar brace, then that's 20% of the enemy's defense dealt 4 different times. And it's a flat damage increase, where they call it true damage. It's a true damage increase, meaning it's applied after all of the other statistics are done. Kind of like a Lear's buff from Divinely Inspiring or whatever it's called. And that is insanely good, right? And something like that's normally probably too expensive to afford until really late in the game, is something you could get right as soon as you get the Erica ring. Like easily, not even hard, right? And there's plenty of other examples. Maybe a unit like Lapis really has low strength, right? And she needs some help with her damage output. You could like snag a skill like Reprisal from Veronica, or again, Lunar Brace is one of my favorites. Or even if you wanted to grab Gentility and then have the person using Erica switch, so it becomes the other one. I don't like brave attacking, whatever the Ephraim skill is, so it switches it. Just really, really cool builds are now available for characters that make them way better. It's also way easier just to get Canter on literally everyone. That used to be kind of the thing. It's like, oh, you get Canter on everyone. That's like your main goal as you're playing through the first 10 chapters of the game before Sigurd leaves. But now, that's easy. You just give SP books around, and literally everyone that you want to have Canter can have Canter. It's not hard to do. So the Ancient Well completely changes the balance of the game. It really shakes up certain units' viability. If anything, I think it helps early game units become or match up with late game units much better. Again, I think biggest beneficiaries, you have someone like Fram, and I think Clan helps him a lot too. I think I think it helps Saline stand out even more amongst her peers. And of course, other units that are really good early on, like Chloe and Yunaka, appreciate it as well. So, yeah. Ancient Well, it's kind of broken. But I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What are some skills that you like to grab with with all the extra SP from Ancient Well? And maybe what's your strategy also when putting items in the well? At this point, I just kind of like haphazardly throw all sorts of, you know, high-priced items that I find early on, which may not be the smartest way to do it. I don't know. I like getting, you know, up to 4 and 5 stars as often as possible, so I can get the most expert books as I can. But anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments on that stuff. Please like the video before you leave, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you next time, friends.